It is the Precision Trend Histogram, traders. This is an indicator that is so easy to read that even a trendline trader could read it. Oh my God, shots fired. Not really. Trade however you want. But welcome, traders. Like I said in the intro, this is a very easy indicator. This video should not be very long, so let's just go ahead and jump right into things. If you're new, understand this is the premier indicator channel on all of YouTube. Always has been. But a lot of things we say aren't going to make a lot of sense to you. And if they don't make sense to you, then what good is it? So go to nononsenseforex.com, read the homepage, watch the video on that homepage, and get yourself started. Get yourself caught up to the rest of us. But for the rest of us, let's go ahead and get into the specs now. The year this was created was 2018. No asterisks next to the 2018 like last week. This is actually 2018. The type here is going to be a confirmation indicator. The subtype is, like it says in the name, a histogram, and not your classic histogram that you're probably used to seeing on the MACD. For example, an even easier color change version of that you'll see in a moment. And as far as exit indicators go, I think it is possible here if you tweak it the right way. I have not done this yet myself, so take that for what it's worth, but maybe give it a try. But let's go ahead and take a look at it, and it is as easy as this, really. Even gives you arrows if this wasn't easy enough. So let's just go by the histogram itself. When it changes from magenta to green, that's your long signal. And when it changes back from green to magenta, that is your short. Not much in between. And the arrows are there for you as well. If you want them, you can always take them off. I know some people get triggered at arrows because they have PTSD from back in the day when everybody was selling indicators and would put arrows on them because they looked really cool and they would increase your sales. And they would also place them in like the most perfect positions. So anybody with any experience knew they were completely full of shit. But those things sold, man, I'm telling you. But anyway, the arrows are just there to help you. There are actually a lot of cosmetic settings on this indicator that you can play around with, but at its core, it just does what it does right here, like you see. So let's see how it actually did. Before we do that, understand, you have to test these yourself. Don't get too excited, don't get too let down by anything you're about to see on this video. And also know that you're getting, in the links below, a link to my automation blog where you can actually find out how to test this yourself. Everybody who's watching this should know how to do this, and that's where you go learn. You're also going to get Dan Stone's blog from Stonehill Forex going over everything that you need to know with this particular indicator, the history, the settings, the tweak settings that we don't show you on this video, if you want to attempt to obtain the results that we show you here. So always very important, you're going to get Dan Stone's second email address if you would like to submit an indicator yourself for us to profile here. We did our first one of these last week, I think, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, last week, I think. So dreams can come true, and you will also get a place to download this yourself and every indicator we've profiled here. See the description for all of this. Moving on to the results, let's go ahead and start with the euro dollar. And with this one, it just kind of depends, doesn't it? Much better on the 4 hour. This is actually really good for a Forex pair, especially the EURUSD, with a 2 out of 3 win rate. So 4 hour traders and programmers take note. But even on the 1 year, it really just depends on how well things are trending. You know, with a really good win-loss ratio like this number would be higher likely in a trending market. So I see something like this, I would not dismiss it. The ROI is not low enough for me to do that. But then you also have that bonus on the daily and the 4 hour of having that higher win-loss ratio at a rate we don't often see here. A win-loss ratio, by the way, that should go up as you add more pieces of your algorithm to this. But let's go ahead and move on to gold. Gold, as it's been, has shown us better results. These are very nice. And note the lower total trades. Some people are going to like this, some people aren't, but pretty consistent there on both. Let us move over to the S&P. Again, ROI that for the indicator profile series might be a little bit underwhelming, but I mean, almost a suspect win-loss ratio here, but you do have lower trades. If this was like 45 trades and we were getting 80%, I would tell Dan, I'd be like, look, you need to test this 5 more times because I don't believe it. But you know, when you have lower trades like that, the higher win-loss ratios are quite a bit easier to obtain. But interesting numbers nonetheless. Now let's go ahead and end it off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been very good to us, not on every indicator we've profiled here, but a lot of them. And this one is no different. Maybe nothing to write home about on the 4 hour, but certainly something to write home about on the 1 year. and a lower amount of trades too, if that's something you like. If Bitcoin is all you trade, you're probably not going to like that. But if you trade a lot of other crypto pairs, then this is really going to be something to look into. And you know what else you can look into? Segue, hitting subscribe, hitting the bell. We have 2 podcasts, a blog, and an indicator profile series all going on with No Nonsense Forex. Do not risk missing out. Subscribe and hit that bell. Markets are a bit slow right now, but this is when we build. So you know what to do. Go get it.